Tell us about the forbidden floor and some of the conditions that you see.
Sure. Fortunately, it changed last year. We closed it. But up until a year ago, we had 4 to 5 inmates in a cell for one. They took turns sleeping. There was no mattress on the bed. They slept on a cold, peeled-painted metal slab. They did not have clothes. They were given something called a Ferguson gown so that they couldn't commit suicide. So most of them just were naked. The lights were on 24/7, and they were only allowed out 15 minutes 2 times a week.
It sounds like the type of snake pit condition that was criminalized 100 years ago.
Or Abu Ghraib. I mean, you look at those kind of conditions, and it's remarkable, what we've done in this society.
And yet you are part of a two-tiered system that helps sort of identify and treat people who are suffering from mental illness in the jail system.
It's very easy to try to point blame at individual factors, but we're all at blame. This is a huge societal problem. We have over 2 million people a year with serious mental illnesses arrested. We have about 360,000 people on any given day in the United States with serious mental illnesses in jails and prisons, and another 760,000 on community control. And it begins with stigma, it begins with ignorance, it begins with closing all the hospitals and not putting something in to replace it. So I think we're all to blame. But the key is then to figure out how to fix it. And about 80% of the solution rests in the community. And one of the nice things about being a judge is people will come to my meetings even if they don't want to be there. and we have this wonderful moral authority to bring people together to fix these kinds of issues. So 15 years ago, we summoned all the different policymakers that could make structural changes in the community to a 2-day event. And we literally mapped out how our criminal justice system intersected with our mental health system. And what we found is that it didn't, that we, the so-called intelligent policy types, were responsible for the problems that we had created, and we were embarrassingly dysfunctional. So we set up a 2-part system, a pre- and post-arrest diversion program. And listening to Khalil's mom and that story is so heartbreaking because, God forbid, he had been arrested in Miami. He would have been out immediately. He would have been in a program. He would have had a peer counselor. He would have had housing, employment, and within a year, the charge would have been dropped.